Omegaopolis 27's in the books. Episode 1750 in the books. The Cosmic Dance Party never stops. Just moves one step forward. Evacuate the dance floor by Cascada. Evacuate the dance floor by Cascada. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Woo! Woo! At Omegaopolis 27. Dark Horse World Championship on the line. Austin Theory invokes his rematch clause against the leader of the Ohio Outlanders. Or leader of the Ohio Outlanders, Amos Jammer. A-M-O-S Jammer. And Amos Jammer gets the job done, hitting that O-jam. Or hitting two O-jams, and then hitting the double O, that spine buster, onto the knee for the 1, 2, 3. Let's hear from our champion. I did it. I retained the Dark Horse World Championship. A-M-O-S Jammer. Amos Jammer. Hitting that double O to Austin Theory, proving one thing and one thing only. You better watch out. There's a stranger in town. Thank you, Toto. You better watch out. Jammer's in the house and you're Dark Horse World Champion. Let's go, boys. We then saw Edgar Stallings beat Brett Towers in a submission match. And Edgar Stallings goes 4-0. Edgar Stallings states he doesn't stall on his promos. He just stalls in the ring and picks apart his opponent. And he locked in that octopus stretch for the tap-out victory. King's title on the line. King Bray Wyatt would triumph over Kenny by God Omega, hitting a second Sister Abigail to Kenny Omega. Let's hear from our king. King Bray Wyatt here. I'm here. And I am your king of the buzzards. King. And I triumphed over Kenny by God Omega. I triumphed, hitting a second Sister Abigail to Kenny. What happened, Kenny? You said you were going to take this from me. You said you were going to take the championship from me, Kenny. You said the coronation's going to be on the next show, video. You name it. No problem for Kenny by God Omega. Well, you didn't follow the buzzards. You didn't follow the buzzards, Kenny. You got too cocky. Kenny, you got too cocky. And King Bray Wyatt got you when you were too high and mighty to fall all the way down. Bray Wyatt out. And we're back. Wild Bone showing a D by Bray Wyatt. We had a three-way number one contender for the S Division title. Pentagon versus Tommy End, also known as Aleister Black, versus Soul Striker making his return. And Tommy End would hit a nightmare kick to Pentagon for the 1, 2, 3. Tommy End will be fighting J.J. Sherwood at Mayhem 30 for the S Division title. We had an 8-man tag Tornado Street fight. And it was Undisputed Era versus the Sword with Timber Towers. And it would be a brawl to start, but it would be in the end. Every member from the Sword with Timber Towers hitting finishers on Undisputed Era. So a Falling Forest to Kyle O'Reilly. A dirty shift to Roderick Strong. A curb stomp to Adam Cole. And 2 Stego slams to Bobby Fish to make sure the Sword and Timber Towers would win. Let's hear from the winners. Savage Sal here, and I'm back. Like Moxley said, live by the sword, die by the sword. Like Moxley said, crumble beneath the feet of the Sword and Timber Towers. Now let me hand it off to another member, Seth Rollins. Ha ha! Moxley's always right. Moxley's always right with the weather and with everything. Ha ha! Seth freaking Rollins and the boys and Timber Towers got the job done. Yeah, now Moxley with the weather. Today's forecast is partly cloudy, no precipitation, 38-mile winds, because Moxley and the boys got the job done. And we got the job done. We were all unhinged. We lived by the sword and died by the sword. We did it. We did it. Now, let me hand it off to the 4th member of our team, Timber Towers. The tree falls in the forest. Oh wait, you already know what happens. It does make a sound. But I got the privilege, to team up with the Sword. And also Savage Shadow, who's my manager. And it was awesome. We did it. The Sword and Timber Towers triumphed over Undisputed Era. We did it. It feels great. And I am still the undisputed Mega Heavyweight Champion. So I get to kick back and wait to see who's my number 1 contender, because at Mayhem 30, there's a 3-way number 1 contender for the undisputed Mega Heavyweight Champion. So who's my next opponent? Who gets to fight Timber Towers, and who gets to get hit with the Falling Forest? A 1, a 2, a 3. Timber Towers out. We then saw Mega Women's Championship on the line. Aurora would fight Abigail Gravity. Good effort by Aurora, but Abigail Gravity is hot and hitting that 0 gravity, that corkscrew moonsault for the 1, 2, 3. Match 7, ESW Fantasy Championship on the line. Vargoyle defended it against Boxing Oscar Rodriguez. Good effort by Boxing Oscar Rodriguez. But Vargoyle's back. Has a momentum shift. He was on a losing streak. Now he's on a uprising to win. Hitting a V-spike, a pile driver for the 1, 2, 3. Vargoyle returns. We had an unsanctioned tag team match. Peerless Pike and Tommaso Ciampa versus Eric Young and Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman and Eric Young will get the job done, showing that they mean business. Because Braun's got the brains. Or, reverse that, strike that, reverse that. EY's got the brains, Braun's got the brawn. And it's time to make money. And speaking of making money, it became a brawl with the Midnight Boys. But then ESW Commissioner Blake Benjamin had to sort out a huge brawl because Mike O'Donnell and Pete Gregg came out from the Outlanders. So we had a 3-way battle royal, single elimination for the ESW Shadowweight Tag Team titles. And Eclipse, before the match even started, hit an Eclipse kick to Braun Strowman, a jumping super kick to Braun Strowman, who's not even in the match. Eclipse would escape, and they threw out EY and Braun Strowman. Midnight Boys eliminating throwing out Braun Strowman, causing EY and Braun to go to the back. Single elimination. Then it would be Pete Gregg and Mike O'Donnell from the Outlanders, and Eclipse would roll the ESW Shadowweight Tag title into the ring for Midnight 2 to drill Pete Gregg with the title belt. And then Midnight Boys would toss Pete Gregg over the top rope to the cold outside floor, retaining their ESW Shadowweight Tag titles. Let's hear from our tag champs. We did it. Midnight 2 and Midnight 3, with Midnight 4 Eclipse helping us, and we retain our ESW Shadowweight Tag titles in a Battle Royal 3-way, single elimination, and we got the job done. Got the job done, son. And we are still your reigning ESW Shadowweight Tag Team Champions. You can't stop a force that is too powerful to stop. Think about it. Midnight out. Midnight 2 and Midnight 2 out. Wow, that's true. You can't stop a force that can't be stopped. True indeed. Well, that leaves the main event for the Black Hole Heavyweight Championship. Jordan Devlin versus Midnight 1. Forearm shot by Devlin. Tries for the Devlin side. Midnight 1 escapes. Midnight Breaker connects. Midnight Bomb to follow it up. 1, 2 and 9/10. Goes for a second Midnight Bomb. Devlin will escape. Devlin's side connects. That backdrop driver. 1, 2 and 9/10. What does Jordan Devlin have to do to get the job done? Tries for the Ireland's call. A fireman's carry into an Emerald Flosion. No, Midnight 1 would escape. Midnight Bob connects. 1, 2, 3. Midnight 1 retains. Midnight 1 retains the Black Hole Heavyweight Championship. Let's hear from Midnight 1. I did it. I did it. I retained the Black Hole Heavyweight Championship. The title I won at Omegaopolis 25. and I'm still the ESW Heavyweight Championship. Midnight One is dominating the competition. Sorry about that. Midnight One is dominating the competition. Dual World Champion, Black Hole Heavyweight Champion, ESW Heavyweight Champion. ESW Heavyweight Champion. Black Hole Heavyweight Champion. But I'm going to tell you this. Jordan Devlin, you gave me the fight of my life. Another great match. Not like the match Savage Shell gave me, but a great match, kid. So here's what I'm going to do. At 1751's main event, Midnight One will challenge Jordan Devlin non-title. If Jordan Devlin beats me, then at Mayhem 30, you'll get another shot at me, kid. And if you think you... But first, you gotta beat me non-title. And if you can beat me non-title, you get another shot at the Black Hole Heavyweight Championship. So you might want to rethink strategy, because you're gonna need it. Because I'm gonna go through you like I did at Omegaopolis 27. And see who... And I'll have to see who I fight at Mayhem 30. Because I'm the main event again. So if I'm not fighting you, if I beat you, and I'm not fighting you, then I'm curious to see who I fight next. Midnight out. Back to Savage Sal. Well, that's true. If he beats Jordan Devlin at 1751, then who does he fight? It might be an open challenge for the Black Hole Heavyweight Championship if Jordan Devlin can't beat Midnight One. We'll have to wait and see. Now we head to 1750. And it was a two-match show before the 4th of July holiday. It was a rematch for the Interstellar Championship, and Zero would retain against Donnie Jeffcoat. Little momentum, but Donnie would walk right into a Zero down, Blue Thunder Bomb, 1, 2, 3. And then the main event. The Imperial United Championship was on the line in a three-way. Johnny Gargano versus Jacob Novak versus Boulder Bash. Novak was on a roll. Gargano was a punching bag. But Boulder Bash capitalized at the right time, hitting a rock slide to Novak for the 1, 2, 3. Now before we end this video, let's evacuate the dance floor. Cascada. Let's evacuate the dance floor. Cascada. Whoa, whoa. Everybody in the club. Everybody in the club. Whoa, whoa. Evacuate the dance floor. Cascada. Everybody in the club. Whoa, 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 and then the dance floor. Woo! Savage out.